Often the hardest part of a decision isn't choosing. It's hearing your own thoughts above the noise. Here's a simple journaling practice to clear your mind. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Lucy, and I share tips on journaling, pocket journaling, and mental clarity. Sometimes, the hardest part of any decision isn't choosing between two options. It's cutting through the noise to hear what you actually think. For me, that's where pocket journaling comes in. It's simple, and at the same time, it's one of the most powerful tools I've discovered for gaining clarity. Whether it's about work, relationships, or just figuring out my next step in life. Today, I want to show you how pocket journaling can help you make better decisions, why it works, and how to use it, even if you only have 5 minutes. But first, if you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing and giving the video a like. It really helps me create more videos to support you on your journaling journey. Okay, let's dive in. We live in a world where our minds are constantly overloaded, filled with notifications, advice, and expectations. And when we try to make a decision, all that noise makes it hard to tell what's truly important, how we actually feel about the different options, and which choice would be genuinely beneficial, even if it's not the obvious one. In these moments, when I have to make an important decision, I turn to my pocket journal to carve out some stillness and serenity, to tune inwards and see the answers more clearly, the answers that would be right for me. I often go to a cafe, order a cup of coffee, and start writing down how I truly feel about the different options, without judgment, without filters. There's something about writing by hand that slows your mind down just enough for your thoughts to catch up. When you write, you're not just recording what you think, you're processing it. Psychologists call this externalizing your thoughts. It means taking what's inside your head and putting it somewhere you can see it. That simple act gives you distance, allowing you to analyze your thoughts instead of being overwhelmed by them. And a pocket journal, small, portable, always within reach, makes that practice easy and natural. There's something very special about journaling in a coffee shop. It's public enough that you feel connected to life, but private enough that you can think freely. The quiet hum of people around you becomes white noise. It keeps you from overthinking. For me, pocket journaling in places like this has become a ritual. It's a pause, a moment to step out of autopilot and actually check in with myself. So here's how I use my pocket journal when I'm facing a decision. Step 1 is naming the decision. I start by writing down the exact question I'm trying to answer. Something like, should I take this new job? Or, do I need to step back from this project? Naming the decision immediately focuses your thinking. Step 2 is writing down the emotions around it. I brain dump everything swirling in my mind. Fears, what-ifs, advice I've been given, even emotional reactions. The goal isn't to find the answer yet, it's to clear the fog. Step 3 is to separate facts from feelings. On one side of the page, I write what I know for sure. On the other, I write what I feel. You'd be surprised how often confusion comes from mixing those two up. Step 4 is to ask yourself what matters most. Once the page is full, I read it back and ask one question. If I remove everyone else's opinions, what do I actually care about? And that's usually where clarity begins to appear. The goal of journaling isn't always to find an immediate answer. Sometimes it's simply to make your thoughts visible, to lay them out where you can see them, untangle them, and begin to understand their meaning. And once they're on the page, the next step often becomes obvious. You might realize you already knew what you wanted all along. You just hadn't slowed down enough to listen. When life feels loud, grab a notebook or a journal and step away for a moment. Clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from noticing what stays when everything else quiets down. And sometimes, that's as simple as a quiet corner, a cup of coffee, and a pocket-sized journal. On the page, your thoughts stop performing. They settle. They rearrange themselves. They begin to tell you the truth. You start to see what's yours to carry, and what was just borrowed from the noise around you. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the subscribe button and giving it a like. It really means a lot. In another video, I'll show you how I use pocket journaling to boost creativity and find inspiration in everyday moments. In another, I'll take you on a hike and show you how I pocket journal in nature. And in one of my favorites, I'll talk about handwriting, what different handwriting styles can reveal about your personality. And, are you ready for this? I'll even show you a real page written by William Shakespeare so you can see his actual handwriting. So don't miss that. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video.